Hello everyone, it's Cindy, and I have made something that I think is just darling, and I'm gonna do a video. They're very simple. I actually got this idea from Fiona. Um, I did my own take on it, but I did see a video that she had done, and I just want to give her credit. But anyway, I think they're really pretty. This is the first one I made, and I got these little centers from it's called Notions of Beauty every Wednesday night. She does she has a sale, and I will put the link below. She has some really beautiful things, and I got this from her, and then I made the little stick pin and put in there. I haven't glued it yet; it's just stuck in there. And then this one I made. Um, I used some seam binding ribbon, and I used a little flower because I know you don't have these, but you can use vintage jewelry, you can use beads, there's all kind of things that you can, flowers, there's all kind of things you can put in the center of it. But these are the two that I have made, and I wanted to show you how pretty they look on this. This is, excuse me, this is a lace journal, lace and doily and handkerchief, vintage handkerchief journal I made. I made this for myself. I decided to keep it. I think it's so pretty. But let me show you just how pretty these look on something lacy. Isn't that pretty? Or let me show you this. You open it up and see how pretty that is. And then you can, this one. So these lend themselves to going on lace and vintage items just beautifully. They would be beautiful on the front of a journal. Fiona actually made flowers out of hers. She did a lot of embellishing leaves and that kind of thing. But I kind of like them like this. So let's get started, and I'll show you how to make them. First of all, what I did is I went ahead and I stitched around about 3/4 of it. I figured y'all know how to run a running stitch. Second of all, this circle is about 5 inches wide around, and this one is about 3 inches around. And all I did is I went in the cabinet, and I think I used a cereal bowl for this one and a coffee cup for this one, and then I just traced around and cut out my circle. That's all there is to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I've doubled my thread. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my running stitch, and this is a running stitch. You just do it just like this. Just keep going. I'm gonna pull. Okay, now when I get back to where I started, I'm going to pull it, gather it up, and I am going to put some fiber. This is just, batten that you buy at all the, I think I got it at Joann's. They have a lot. I think every craft store has it. You just pull out some here. You don't want to pack it too tight, but you want enough in there to, when you pull it, you have your puffiness right here. Okay, so Just kind of tuck it in like that. I think I'm going to put a little bit more. Okay, now you can see what I've done. I've just made this circle. And now I'm going to pull it, and I'm going to see if I think I have enough in there. And I think I do, because you don't want them really poking up too much. Okay, so now I'm going to take and I'm going to pull it, and I'm just going to pinch like so, and just make a knot. Okay, now that I have my knot, I'm going to kind of fluff it around. And what you can do is you can stick your needle in there and pull your fiber, get it like you want it, and you want to get this kind of all kind of even. And I'm going to push a little bit down here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this needle and I'm going to go through to the bottom, and I'm going to give it a nice little tug, and then I'm going to come back up. Okay. Okay, and I'm just going to lay this to the side. Then I'm going to take my 3-inch circle, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do a running stitch, just like so. And this is something that you can sit and do at night while you're watching TV. You know, you don't have to have a sewing machine, you don't have to have ink, you don't have to have paper. You just gather it up and stuff your fiber fill in there. Okay, let me see if I've got that all the way around. I do. So now I'm going to come back and I'm going to get a little bit more fiber fill, and I'm going to tuck it inside this little one. And this one, you really, you know, you'll get the feel for how much. You know, you might want yours poofier than this, and if you do, you can put more fiber fill in there. Okay, now I'm going to pull this. I want to see what it looks like. And I like it, so I am going to, let's see, I'm going to run a thread to catch it. Okay, then I'm just going to kind of gather it, and let me run one more here. I'm going to tie that off. And with this one, I am going to go ahead and snip it off. And then I'm going to kind of fiddle with it and get it like I want it. Now, here comes the interesting part. You're going to take and you're going to put your needle right through this, and you're going to pull it through. See what I'm doing? And then I am going to put it back through. And I'm going to do that just a couple of times. Pull it back through. I'm going to tie it off. And it doesn't matter, you know, how it looks if it's not exactly perfect on your gathers. It doesn't matter because you can rearrange them any way you want to. Okay, now I'm gonna go back down, and on the bottom I'm going to just make a stitch, and then I'm going to run my needle through it. Okay, then I'm going to cut it off, and now we're through with our needle. And now, well, I think I will use my needle to, you can use your needle, where'd my little pokey tool go? Here, this little guy works great on this kind of thing. You can take your little pokey tool and you can kind of pull around. Okay, now all we're gonna do, and once we get it like we want it, gonna take, see how simple this is? You know, it's so it's so ironic. Everything looks so complicated, but then when you know, you see somebody do it, it's like, oh wow, that was simple enough. Now I'm gonna take, and let me see here. This glue I have been using to pour into a bottle. Oh, me. So, I guess I will just, Lord help, I hope I don't. Yeah, there we go. Okay. A little bit more glue than I wanted, but it really does not matter. Okay. Now on this one, I'm going to take, and I'm just going to push that down in there. And I'm going to hold it for a few minutes. I think these are so beautiful. Like I say, I'll put the link below. Of course, you know, she won't, I doubt she'll have these again, but she'll start out with maybe 50 of these or something. I think I ended up buying 10 of them. And she sells scrapbook paper. She sells a wealth of fun things. So, yeah, I'll put the link below. It's called Notions of Beauty, and she does it on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock Central Time. Or 7 o'clock Central Time. It's 8 o'clock Eastern Time, so I don't know what all the different time zones are. But, see how pretty that is? And then once you get that dried, then you can come back and fiddle with it. And okay, while it's sitting here kind of drying, let me I'm going to show y'all how to make just a real simple, pretty little bow that has two loops on either side. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to put your finger right here. You're looping your ribbon over this finger, and you're going to spread these two fingers, and you're going to go over and under and over, and then you're going to come, and you want to give yourself some room, because now what you're going to do, you're going to come under, and you're going to come up in the center of your fabric, your ribbon over your finger. Then you're going to pull the back up like so. You're going to tuck that under that loop right there, and you're going to pull it. And you have a sweet little bow. And this works with any kind of ribbon if you want. It makes beautiful satin ribbons. And just beautiful satin, organza, any kind of ribbon that you know, that's not too wide to put over your finger, you can use. Okay. Now, I'm kind of making this one. This one's a little bit smaller. I gathered it tighter. But see how I did the little ribbon? And then I put just a little paper flower right there. And I'm sure just about everybody has these little flowers. So that works nicely. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of fold this little bow over. And I need to get me some more glue out of here. And I'm going to put it on the back of this ribbon. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to pull this apart. And I stuck my little ribbon under there. And I'm just going to kind of hold that. And you can poke it up in there a little bit more. It's up in there pretty good. And now, you know, you could, I tell you something that's pretty. You can put a doily under them. Let me grab a doily right quick. Look how pretty this is. You can put a doily under them. Isn't that beautiful? I have some cream ones here. You could do that. See how lovely that is? And whatever color you're wanting to bring out, you can use it in your seam binding ribbon. I get my seam binding ribbon from Zipper Stop, and you get 100 yards for $10. So I know people sell it on Etsy, but it's, you know, it's well, hey Bentley, my little doggy came in. Hey girl, hey. You know, unless you're just going to do it one time and never need any more of that ribbon, I find it much more cost effective to go ahead and buy it. And what you can do is you can buy the white and you can dye it any color you want to. What you do is you take and you spritz some water on a glass mat, and then you, well, first of all, you dab your distress ink, and then you spritz some water, then you stir it up, and then you rub your ribbon in it, and comes out just beautiful. Okay, I've been wanting to show you girls this for a while, and see how it looks on there? Isn't that pretty? Sitting there. So you can, you know, use these anywhere. So, and I'm going to trim that off. I don't want that too much on there. But here you go. There's 3 of them, and it takes no time at all to make these. And you can use all kind of different fabric. You know, you can use pink. If you wanted to make a Christmas one, you could make a Christmas one. Red with something in the middle of it would be beautiful. I just made these kind of as a vintage vignette type thing. And yeah, I hope that you'll enjoy making some of these. Okay, thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. You have a good evening. Bye bye.